Yeah. Yeah. So there's you know the MasterCard, you know Visa, MasterCard, the credit card companies. MasterCard's slogan, you would not say slogan, their motto, their company, they in their commercials they always say priceless. They're saying how you can use their credit card to pay for these experiences, these things, these trips with your kids, and how those experiences are priceless. It just means it's very valuable, very important to you. Okay, so page 50. So what is a nursing home? Those of you who don't know, or do know.
The place where look after maybe kids or old people.
Yeah, typically older people. Usually older people. But if it's somebody younger who's mentally handicapped, they may stay at a nursing home as well. But usually for older people. Okay, so the story, last summer, Almez volunteered at the public library downtown. She liked working with the older people because she felt that she was doing something worthwhile. Today, she is meeting with Steve, the volunteer. Coordinator at Quiet Homes, a nursing home. She wants to volunteer there to find out if she likes working in the healthcare field. Steve tells her about some of her responsibilities at Quiet Homes. He says it's very important for volunteers to be compassionate and patient when they are working with residents. He asks Almez to make a commitment to volunteer at least 3 hours per week. Almez agrees to attend an orientation. Good, orientation. Or e-entation. She says she can't wait. Sorry. So he asks Almez. Say ask. Ask. How do you say asks? Is that hard to say? Can you say that?
Ask. You like to say ask.
Ask.
It's like a city style. Ask people, ask questions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Teacher, because Thai English teacher teach me when I was small.
Okay. So how do you say this?
Ask.
So asks. Asks. It's hard to say. How many syllables is this?
One.
Just one. But it's just one, but it takes a lot of effort. So it's asks.
When you put this word into the sentence, you pronounce yes.
So yeah, he asks Almez. When I'm maybe sometimes I'll not always do it, but it is difficult. But usually, if I'm trying to enunciate, then I will say it. He asks Almez. I've been doing it for years, though. I've had a lot of practice. Okay. Erase this. Now, one example of prefix I just thought about was famous and infamous. So, famous, infamous. Well, I'll say infamous. Infamous. So what is famous?
It's a good
Reputation.
Good reputation. Yeah. Well, yeah, good. Well known. Well known. And usually good reputation. Usually good reputation. What about infamous? Opposite. But is it still well known? It's still well known, but it's usually a bad reputation. So it still has to be well known. But this is always bad or notorious reputation. Talk about these three. First of all, Bangkok's Grand Palace. Which one? Famous. Unless there's something I don't know, it's a good reputation. It's worth visiting. Bangkok's spicy food.
Famous.
What if you don't like spicy food?
Infamous.
Infamous, yeah. For people who don't like spicy food, it hurts their stomach. Maybe like me. Sometimes it's infamous. It's good, but yeah. Bangkok's pollution.
Infamous.
Yeah. It's well known. I think it's well known to people that Thailand has a lot of pollution. China, same thing. It's well known, but it's a bad reputation. People, also, and this is an extreme example, but ISIS, very infamous, bad reputation. What are other examples?
Bangkok traffic.
Traffic, yes, good. That's a great one. Bangkok traffic is very notorious, infamous, well known, but not, all Southeast Asia cities, I feel like have a lot of traffic, a ton of traffic. What's another one? Good or bad?
Discipline. Discipline.
Discipline? Discipline. Like, how? Maybe if it's famous, if it's well known.
Cross the road.
Not follow the regulation.
But I'm thinking of these things that are well known to a lot of people. Usually that's an action.
Japan, maybe they are well known about the discipline.
Okay, good. Okay. Is that usually a good thing? Yeah. In Japan, they're famous for their discipline. They're famous for their manners. Manners, yeah. They're very polite, very kind. So yeah, that's good. They can represent the way people act. When you say crossing the road,
Oh, I mean, don't for, some people say that there are a lot of rule regulation in Thailand for breaking.
people seem to be able to do whatever they want.
Joking, just joking.
No one follow.
Yeah, nobody follows those, is what I can say.
Joking.
We have a lot of rules. Nobody in the city we have a lot of rules to follow, but no people.
A lot of rules for people not to follow.
Teacher, why discipline?
Discipline?
Well, responsible for the social.
Yeah, like in their culture, if you have a lot of discipline, if you're very disciplined, it's usually a lot of structure. You're always doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. If it's cultural customs, if it's your job, many things, you can be disciplined. Let's see, what's another example? What's a big tourist site in Thailand?
Toilet in China.
Huh?
Let's look in China.
Restaurants in China are infamous. What about famous? Something that's good. Something that's someone.
Fashion design in Paris.
Okay. Okay. So how would you use that in a sentence?
France is famous in fashion design.
France or Paris is famous for their fashion design. Good. America is famous for
Many people, many kind of people.
good.
Around the world.
Many kinds of people. Yeah, that's true.
Some from Europe, some from Africa,
Yeah,
some from South America,
yeah.
some from Asia.
Yeah, many from Asia.
Yeah.
What about Germany? Maybe, I don't know. Germany in World War II.
India.
Cruel.
Yeah, Nazi Germany.
Yeah, cruelty.
So
Infamous.
yeah, very infamous. So it can be used for very bad things, like ISIS, Nazi Germany. But it can also be used for less serious things, and it can be used for very good things as well. So is this a prefix or a suffix?
Prefix.
Prefix.
Prefix คือคำข้างหน้าแล้วคำข้างหน้า suffix คือคำข้างหลัง Prefix มันสุดยอดจริงค่ะไม่ได้ยากวิชาคำข้างหน้า suffix คือต่อจาก is
So decisive and indecisive. Are you guys usually decisive, or are you guys indecisive?
decisive.
You're decisive. Decisive. Okay, good. Decisive. If I am a decisive person, first of all, what type of words are these?
Adjective.
Adjective. So it's describing me as a person. If I am decisive, that means that it's easy for me to make decisions. I'm good at making decisions. Usually in companies, you want the people who are in charge to be decisive. They're good at making decisions. You need people in companies to make important decisions. If you are indecisive, that means you're bad about making decisions. Either you don't want to, or you're scared of making decisions, or you just don't know. you never know which way to go. You never know which way to decide.
But the word decisive means that we are able to make decision, right? But it does not mean that the decision is good or
No,
bad.
that's true. That's true.
So
That doesn't mean
not
it's,
good decision.
yes, but you, yeah, just because you make a decision doesn't mean it's good or bad. Either way, people, I use that company example because in either case, people would rather have somebody who's decisive than indecisive. Now, that person can make good, if that person is constantly making bad decisions, then that's a bad thing, and he would get in trouble. Yeah, well, that's decisive, but in a bad way. He's making bad decisions. But you still want somebody, in the end, who will make some sort of decision. But if he keeps on making bad decisions, he'll get in trouble. But yeah, for that, yeah, you're right, that you can still make a good or bad decision.
So decisive person usually is an aggressive person.
Usually aggressive, but that can also be a good thing. But in most cases in companies, the bosses, the people in charge, are decisive people. That's how they keep on getting higher and higher. So, this can be good or bad. Usually, people want decisive people in power positions, but indecisive is usually always bad, or not terribly bad.
Reluctant to make decision.
The what?
Reluctant to make decision.
What's the first word?
Reluctant. R-E-L-U-C-T-A-N-T.
Oh, reluctant. Yes, reluctant. Yeah, so people are scared or reluctant to make decisions. They just maybe can't make up their mind. They don't want to, they want to please other people, so everybody, so that makes it difficult for them. So for you guys, you said you're decisive. You're decisive. What are you guys? Indecisive? Okay. Many people are indecisive. In some things, some things they are decisive. But yeah. Sometimes I'm indecisive because I want to please everybody. I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, which sometimes makes me indecisive.
Decisive can make argue.
Yeah, I don't think somebody's always decisive or always indecisive. There's some room in between too.
Up to the situation.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes it's the situation.
Depend on.
But does this change the meaning? Yeah, it makes it the opposite. Oh yes. Decisive means easy. Another example is, let's use the company example. Yeah, sometimes this could be good, sometimes it could be bad. But let's pretend that your company has reached a point where you have to lay off other workers. And the company knows they have to do it. If you have a decisive boss in charge, that person is likely going to do that. It's going to be easy for them to lay off those people that they need to lay off. If you have an indecisive person, it's going to be more difficult. If you need to lay off those people, you probably want to have a decisive person in charge of that. Now, there may be some situations where you don't necessarily need to lay off people, but that person easily made the decision to still lay off those people. So again, it can be good or bad. What are some other prefixes you guys can think of. Prefixes meaning it comes at the beginning of the word. Tolerant.
Intolerant.
Intolerant.
Patient. Impatient.
Yeah, patient. Now it's, what goes before here?
Adjective.
Well, what's the prefix for patient?
Impatient.
I
I am.
am. So this one's I am. Impatient.
Teacher, the same meaning is the word on the top. Tolerant. Patient.
That's a good question, but no, it's not the exact same meaning. You can be both, but let's talk about tolerant. If I am tolerant of people, what is that? Usually tolerant is you're tolerant of people's beliefs, you're tolerant of people's attitudes, you're tolerant of the way people act. If you're intolerant, that means you don't easily tolerate people who are different from you, people who have different beliefs than you. So more it's talking about beliefs and practices. This is just more talking about, is it easy for you to get angry or do you stay calm? So this is more just more internal feelings about how you act, or angry, not angry. This is more with other people's beliefs, other people's practices. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Tolerant again is the ability to be fair in understanding to people whose ways, opinions, and beliefs are different from yours. It can involve forgiveness, but that's only if somebody's done something bad to you. So again, intolerant is just the exact opposite. What is the verb? The verb for tolerant. So first of all, tolerant is what type of verb?
Adjective.
So what's the verb?
Same.
No, it's tolerate. Tolerate. So tolerate is the verb. Well, let's stop there for today. So tomorrow, no class. So I will be back Wednesday. Do you need books? Was that your book? Okay. So I'll get one book for that. Nobody else needs a book. So I'll be teaching that book. So I am here three more weeks. Three weeks. So I'm teaching out of this book 3 more weeks. What?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, yes, tomorrow's holiday. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I will. I will. Nice long nap.
You good at that.
Hopefully it doesn't rain. I'm very.
Cho hay đại hơn là yêu với thải nữa. Yêu thực sự với thải nữa.
แต่จริงๆอ่ะที่
Cả với thải đại rồi.
แค่นี้ก็โอเคแล้วล่ะที่เด็กข้างหลังเนี่ยมันนานๆที
Teacher,
ไม่ต้องเลย
she can copy. She can take and copy.
Okay, sure.
Because don't need to copy whole book, only some part.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, some unit only.
ไม่แต่จริงๆข้างหลังเขาเรียกใช้หรอกเนาะอะไรเนี่ยมันใช้ไม่ฝึกอ่าน
3 weeks only.
Only 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
I don't think the new teacher will teach that book. I don't know.